What is going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Hope everybody out there is doing well today. As for myself, I'm doing good. Sitting back down at the desk real quick to get this video out the way. Looking at this chart make all kinds of moves, and I am not taking advantage of any of it, y'all. I'm gonna flip this thing over to the chart here in a little bit. We're gonna look and see what it did, but I said I was done trading bright and early this morning, y'all. I am locked in on getting this payout from Profitrade and don't really want to do anything stupid. With trading lets you know who you are as a person, and trading be letting me know that I could do some real stupid stuff at any moment. So once I got green today, I was like, nah, let's lock this up. We are literally 5 hours from being able to request another payout with Profitrade. With futures, we know that the market closes at 5 o'clock and then a new day starts at 6 p.m. So it's 2 o'clock right now. I'm about to get this recap done, and 6 o'clock, if the market gives me an opportunity, I'm gonna jump in and take a trade, and we're gonna be good. But let's go ahead, let's look at the particulars real quick, see where we at on this particular account. I may go into Discord just to kind of look at, like I said, I always screenshot my trades in Discord to kind of go back, look at them. That way, if I don't want to look at the charts, I have those static pictures. But again, we're trading out of a $50,000 Eco PA account. This particular account, I did do the end of day trail, but I have not had to use this thing at all, y'all. We see right now the balance is 52, 7, 10, 20. We've used no drawdown. We've used no daily loss. And our profit target is 2,600. We are at 27.10. So we're $110 over where we need to be. So I could take some trades this evening, tomorrow. I'm willing to give up about $50, y'all. I'm willing to give up about $50 of this to try to increase this. And we're going to go ahead and request that payout. Let's lock it in. I'm not a fan of the 50% profit that Profitrade takes. Hindsight, I probably should have just paid the little extra money and did the 100% profit split. Now, looking back, yeah, I probably should have did that. I might buy another one, and if I do, it will be the 100. I'm not going to skimp on the 50% when I know I have a winning strategy, and I'm literally going to leave. Let's click it real quick. So this flipped. Remember before, if you look at, when it would just say profit share 50%. So now it tells you 90% until 110. So $110, I'll get 90% of that. Everything else is going to be split 50%. So they're saying that my withdrawal amount, I can withdraw up to 2210. Half of that's going to be split. So I'm really only going to be able to withdraw $1,100. The other $1,100 I'm giving to Profitrade. So I'm losing out on over $1,000 because I skimped out on like $40 or $50 on the front end. Lesson learned. But we see here, minimum I can withdraw is $250. I've thought about taking maybe $500 and leaving myself a cushion to trade another 7 days. We'll see. Maximum amount withdrawable was 2210. Profit target again was 2,600. We're at 2710, and we're at 6 days of the 7 days. So just need to trade one more day, and we will be good to go. Let's come down real quick. Look at the numbers. This is not accurate for today. I'm not sure how they figure their numbers out. And then if I click here and I go yesterday, it says that I took a trade yesterday, but I didn't take a trade. I don't remember taking. Yes, I did. Now that I recall, I took one trade just to be able to lock in having a trade. So traded it on Sunday, but it accounts for today. But let's see where we're at the last 2 weeks. Again, balance 27.10. We made 33. We gave back 622. Paid $928 in commissions. Again, I always look at that as a part of doing business. Then we had a drawdown of 494. 589 contracts that I've traded. Average trade is making $4.60. I'm staying in the average trade for 5 minutes and 44 seconds. Average winner, 633. Average losers, 958. I'm upside down on that. So even though I'm upside down on that, guess what, y'all? We still made $2,700. Max winner, 55. Max loser, 14. That's good. Consecutive winners, 194. Consecutive losers, 52. Consecutive profits, had a nice little run of 1885. And then we had this consecutive losses, which is our drawdown. So not bad, man. Looking at this market just come to my levels, and it's giving opportunities. Trades for today. Look at that. Off the rip this morning, we took a red trade, lost 1470. This is how this number gets skewed. I'll put a feeler out there. I put that feeler out there, lost on it, and then that was a short. Got on the right side of the trade, kind of hammered in, and made that back plus a little bit. You see right here, though, I'm kind of hammered in, and I got hit across the head. 10, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's about $68 loss right there. I was up. If I go over into the Discord, you're going to see where this kind of happened at in the comments. And then came right back, though, hammered back in and made it back up kind of with a vengeance. You see, I'm in quite a few of them. I'm not even going to try to add up how many contracts that is, but this particular trade right here worked, but I had to take my stop. Let's look at the time. 7:55. Got out at 7:57. I was in it for 2 minutes, and I had to take my stop. Look where I was. I got in at 62, stopped out at 66. You notice I jumped back in about a minute later. I'm in at 60. I'm out at 58. Wait till you see this on the chart. So we will go over to Discord and look at that. But those were the trades from this morning. That locked us in. $110. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna flip on over to Discord real quick. Let me scroll up and see. Yep, I'm already where I need to be at. So this morning, this was my first trade this morning. Say that I scalped this little channel off the 7 a.m. open. 6:30, we had this pivot here. We had a pivot here. So I started my 1, 2. Once I do that, I come up and I find 3. And now I have my trend line. That's my LMD 1, 2, 3 thought process. 1, 2. Let's find out where 3 is at. Now I know where I can be getting in at. Market never came down all the way to the bottom because you had these moving averages kind of lifting it up. And that's that thought process of things that can affect your trade. Moving averages will affect your trade. 200 moving average will affect your trade. You see this thin line right here? That's a price action line, 575 on my chart. I know at 575, I'm going to get some smoke. It gave smoke here, finally broke it, came back, broke it here, gave it some smoke there, kind of just chopped around. So this was my first trade. Basically said the juice is not worth the squeeze, trying to trade this little area. So kind of quit trading it. You see it just kind of chopping around in there, finding areas, finds the top of the channel, pushes it back down, finds the base of the channel. Let's see what it does. It breaks it. Look at what I say right here. Possible break to the low side setting up, break of that candle, and we flush. I'm talking about that little green candle right there. If it breaks the low of that previous candle, I'm looking for this to flush. And the market is setting up for the same kind of play right now. So that's what I was talking about. What happens? Boom, we get the flush. That's having the chart marked out and having my expectation on what can happen. I pretty much just say, come on now. Play it out to perfection. Look at that flush coming down. You look to the left, you can kind of see, okay, it should kind of bounce right there. You got that candle. Once it breaks that, it's coming to the next one. That's the beauty of futures. It kind of respects pivots. So it flushes out, tries to catch support off of here because it caught support in the past. Comes right here, tries to catch a little support right there. If it breaks that, next level is going to be down to there. You notice on this 2-minute chart or 1-minute chart, I just have an intraday level marked. I hadn't marked my 5-minute levels. So right here, 5-minute down channel, 5-minute up channel, and notice, and this is a 5-minute chart, notice where it had caught support at, right off the base of the 5-minute. So now I come back over and I show you what these 5-minute levels look like on the 1-minute chart. Gives you that bigger picture so you can see what it's doing. And you see it's trying to hold this 5-minute up channel. But this is that area where I really don't like trading because it can kind of get wedged in between the two of them. Look at what's setting up. It's wedging in between the two of them. Kind of just wedging out. You see we done came out a little bit more. It's just wedging. That's that no man's land. It either needs to break the low and get down in the down channel and flush, or it needs to get up in this 5-minute up channel and push higher. If it gets in the 5-minute up channel, it really only has room up to the 200 SMA. So the bigger room to go is downside. It got bigger area downside. If it gets back in this channel, it'll catch a little smoke right there off of that pivot. But if it breaks that, you can get a good little flush. Right here, you just hear me say that it picked the side. So this was what it was doing there. It picked the side. What did I just say? It's going to come up to the 200. That's all you can get out of that trade. That's expectation. All I can expect. So it says right here, I picked the side. I took a quick long scalp up to the 200 SMA. Kind of just trailed it out. If it was going to break that, it would have broke it. And then I would have had my trail stop behind it. Also had that line that was at the 575 level right there as well that it would have had to break. Right here, I just say expectation. Look at that. Rejected, flush back down, bouncing off of the 5-minute up channel. Let's go of the 5-minute up channel. And we're right back into this little no man's land, which I don't like trading. Right here, just showing that same screen that I just showed a minute ago. Look at how they were displaying it at that time. 50% until 2600, then 90%. Once I got like over that 100 level, then it flipped it. See right here now, 90% until 110, then 50%. I'm not sure why they was doing that. Spark kind of came in the conversation, and this is what his charts look like. I'm gonna have to catch him in the room one day and go live and let him kind of explain this. This is like rocket science, like to the umpteenth power. Got too much going on for me, but this is an algo that he created, and this is what his charts looks like when he's trading. And he'll kind of break down what it's doing. But look at that, man. I was up $110. I said I didn't stick to the plan, and I gave back some money, y'all. Gave it back on what I thought was a good trade. Keep scrolling on down. Spark just showing some of his other time frames. That's an hourly chart. His charts will have supply and demand lines come in and they'll interactively change. So it's demand. Once it broke, it turns into supply. He has a strategy to trade that. If you look at some of the candles, you'll see these, what he called wedges. He'll trade those. So he has a couple of different strategies that he can trade within his setup. But look at this, y'all. I made the money back that I had lost. Remember, I was down to what, 38? I made it back. The trade that I took, I was in up around here somewhere with some decent little size, looking for the flush. Actually, I was over here. I'm sorry. Over here. I got in. This thing came up. I took the stop. And then it just tanked out. When it tanked out, jump right back in. Look at that, 759. I'm in at 58. But at this point, I'm like, man, I don't want to see this come back up against me. And this thing just tanked out, y'all. It just literally tanked out. That was a thing of beauty. Got what I wanted out of it. It got me back over $100, which is where I said I was going to be done trading it. And I shut it down. And I have not opened volumetrics since then. Staying disciplined, staying disciplined, staying disciplined. But look at this thing just continue to flush out. And you remember, I drew this line on the chart like early morning. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to come on over to right now live. What the market is doing is 2:30. And I'm going to take this. Look, this is what an hourly chart looks like with all of my levels that I've marked over the time. A hot mess. You can't see nothing on there. So normally I have this set to hourly. It's only going to show you just a couple of hourly levels. Do the same. Usually I do the same on the 15 just to kind of keep my charts clean when I'm actually looking at them. But remember, that's that 5-minute up channel. This thing has been working all day, y'all. That's what it looks like. It's been working all day. I kind of double stacked. If you remember, I had the down channel. I double stacked it a couple of times. I can go and remove those double stacks now because that's not in play. So remember, that's what it looked like this morning. Notice it made a huge move up. Let's see. Let's take and duplicate. Let's see if that's going. Again, this is how I can kind of tell when I have my lines drawn correctly. The midline is going to kind of let me see what it's doing. It's going to kind of let me see there. I'm going to duplicate it one more time. This is when I knew I missed a good trade. If I could duplicate this thing 3 times and this thing goes all the way up to this 3rd time, I'm expecting a flush. One of the things that Spark has on his charts is the standard deviation. That's kind of what I look at when I stack those channels like that. Like this thing is like deviated 3 stacks. Notice though, look at what it does. It tries to break it. Had another price action line there. This thing just gives up the ghost. If I was trading, I would have took this short right here, y'all. And I would have put my stop just on the other side. That one would have paid. It gave so many opportunities. Look at how that bounced right there and came up. Midline and the 200 SMA. I'll take a play there. Stop on the other side to test it out. And then this is where we're at right now. This is where we're at. So stay tuned. Like I said, I'm trying to put out just a quick little ebook kind of breaking down my strategy. I've had a couple of people interested in how I kind of trade, how I draw my lines and whatnot. So I don't mind doing that. It gives me something to reference back to when I'm trading as well. But yeah, that's what the market is doing. Come down here and look at the 15 though. This is what I like. This is like teetering. This is what I call the market is like a waterfall. It's like teetering on the edge. This thing lets go. We can come on back down to 500. It's just teetering, but I can't take the trade just based on this. I need the 5 minute to kind of give me something, and I need the 1 minute to give me the entry. And I'm going to duplicate this one more time. I'm going to take it down to the bottom side and see. So see, we have not made it down to that midline just yet, but coming over off the 5 minute, I'll draw a channel. I could come there since that's the pivot right now, but I like to see that fight. So I'm going to bring it right here. That way I'm getting multiple points touching. I always say that. I like multiple points touching. I'm going to put my base right there. I am going to delete that. I'm going to remove that one. And I'm going to remove this one. I can keep my charts somewhat clean. I'm going to come back over here. I'll edit. I like my down channels off of a 5 minute to be a little like the magenta color, I guess that is. Thicken this one up a little bit, and then we'll see what it looks like on the 5 minute. That's it on the 5 minute. So remember I said I could have came up there. No, I want to see the battle. To me, that was a break. And it broke it, but guess what? The 200 SMA rejected it, pushed it back down. So going into the close, I'm going to see how this is. And then after 5 o'clock, I'll sit back down. I'll assess the market. I'll see I'll see where we're at. If we're in an up channel, down channel, and then I'll wait on the market to open at 6 o'clock and see how it reacts to that level. And if I'm sitting at this desk, I may try to get OBS going and record that 6 p.m. open. I'll set an alarm for 5:30 just so I can try to come and record and actually take a look and see what the market is doing. But yeah, we see right now it's in a down channel. Quick way for me to tell is 5 minute is red. The 5 minute is currently in a down channel. It's in a down trend. So 1 minute is about to try to flip back green. I could tell that because I could see the moving averages right there crossing over, but long way to go on 5 minute. So to play, this stays below this, stay out of this channel. I'd be looking for it to come back down. If it breaks back into that, breaks over VWAP, I'll blow it up. You can see VWAP right there. This should come back up to the top of this channel. This should push back up to the top of the channel, and then it's going to be looking for that reject again to push back down because the prevailing trend is down. Would not took that long right there though to see if this is going to come back up because look where it closed. It literally closed right at VWAP, and it had a little tiny tail in there. You see that little tiny indecision. This candle gets back up there, then this could push on up, but it's not enough juice in the squeeze. Not enough room in that for me to put risk on because I would have to put my stop down here just to barely see that go up there. On that note, I'm going to wrap this one up though. Appreciate y'all checking me out as always. Hopefully y'all find a little value. If no value, just kind of gives you an insight into what I'm doing. But thanks for checking me out as always. If you hadn't hit that like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. I see quite a few people have been having some questions about profit trade. Hopefully I've been able to answer some of those. I'm still trying to learn it as well. But after 6 p.m. this evening, I'll definitely be able to tell you how that payout is going to work. Me personally, initially I thought that it was doing that to keep a buffer. Nah, that's a way for Profitrade to not have to pay you that full amount on a cheap account. Again, hindsight, I should have just paid the extra money. So once I take this payout, buy another account, it'll be 100%. I probably will not skimp out. One of these days, I'll take just a small payout to continue to trade that account. I'm a degen. Hopefully Profitrade don't be listening, but I'll take a full payout and give them another $200 on a eval and a PA fee, and then just make another $2,000. That's kind of degen, and that's probably not what they want. They want traders that's going to continue to trade that one account. I want my money, but that's me. Don't do what I do, y'all. Don't do what I do. On that note, I'm going to wrap this one up. We'll be back at it again tomorrow, because tomorrow we should be clicking that little button that says request payout. Peace.